In this edition of the Best of Boxing, the Business of Boxing, Part 3, I'll take you through a whole nother chapter. We're going to talk about really bad business decisions in boxing as far as contracts. Well, we only got 10 minutes, so let me get started. First up, we have Hassim the Rock Rahman. He just knocked out Lennox Lewis. And automatically, Lennox Lewis had in his contract an automatic rematch clause in his contract. But in comes Don King in the WBC and Mike Tyson. In Hassim Rahman's mind, he believed that signing with Don King and Don could present him with Mike Tyson, working with Shelly Finkel. And the WBC would make Mike Tyson the number one ranked or whatever he needed to be to get the title shot for the belt. Lennox Lewis has this rematch clause, and they're saying that they'll fight the winner of Lennox Lewis after it, but Lennox is not going, and so they offered him $16 million. Right after he lost, they offered him $16 million for the rematch, plus HBO offered him 2 more fight dates as a fight deal contract for him. What did he do? He decides to sign with Don King because he thought he was going to get more money if he signed with Don, and then Don can get him out of that, and he's going to fight Mike Tyson. Then he can go fight Lennox Lewis, and he's going to make tens of millions of dollars. That's what he believed. Lennox Lewis went to court, won the court decision, and he had to fight Lennox Lewis anyway. So the only thing he did was bring Don King along with him through that fight and got paid $4.5 million. And of course, we all know what happened. You got a couple of more HBO dates, none totaling $16 million. So that was your first mistake, and that's why we leave this message for you.
You big dummy.
Mike Tyson. Mike is the man. Well, he was the man. But Mike Tyson, what was you thinking? Well, you weren't thinking. Mike Tyson was offered $25 million to fight Roy Jones when Roy was heavyweight champion, when he won the belt for Ruiz. He offered Mike Tyson $25 million, and Mike accepted it. And the fight was going to be made. The reason why this fight didn't come off is because Mike had, financial trouble with the IRS and taxes. So what Mike decided to do, and what he was advised to do, was to file Chapter 6 or 7. But Shelly Finkel, as his manager at the time, convinced him to file Chapter 11. So they were told Mike, if you file Chapter 6, you will lose your property and you'll lose your items, but you just get to keep your money, and you're going to get $25 million for the fight. Mike's like, I don't want to lose my cars. It's like, Mike, he's like, if I file Chapter 11, I can keep my cars. But, yeah, all your money would go to Shelly Finkel, and you wouldn't see pretty much a dime of the $25 million. You can get $25 million, let them cars and stuff go. You can get $25 million, buy some more cars. But he didn't want to part with that, and he did what Shelly Finkel wanted him to do, and ended up fighting. Every fight he fought was basically for $5 million or maybe less. That's how much Mike was paid for his performances, which was all going to IRS, and he was going around the world making everybody else rich and him still broke. And for Mike, don't kill me for saying it, but
You big dummy.
Roy Jones. Now, Roy Jones has been one of the most lucrative boxers in the game today, staking the claim for pretty much one of the most quietest lucrative careers in boxing. This man has tens of millions of dollars stashed, doing fine, because he lives a simple life. He's not that into fancy cars and a lot of good things, really small, and he's done it pretty much by promoting himself. And the only time he needs a promoter is when he's getting an opponent, and he brings them along with him. So he's known for making good business decisions. But everybody will tell you he's also the easiest guy to make a fight with, because he could pretty much make a fight and book it and get the terms without a lot of red tape. And that's why this is like kind of bad to say, but he just made the biggest boo-boo of his career handling his own business and affairs. He should have taken $10 million to fight Bernard Hopkins for that rematch when it was first offered. He had the Danny Williams deal on the table to fight in Australia for $3 million. And I didn't understand it at all. They're going to put it on pay-per-view over there, and he's thinking he's going to get at least over 75% of that, and the gate money. It's not even worth it. And the $10 million will be even bigger when he comes back. Now, the $10 million that was offered when it was first brought up on, there was no talk of Mayweather Mosley in the same time period and area. Once you went and got knocked out by Danny Green, now the pay structure have been dramatically rearranged to the point where they weren't going to even do the fight with you because it was reprimandably damaged. So what you decided to do was go ahead and show your prowess to get this fight. You go ahead and agree to give him Bernard Hopkins and Golden Boy the first $3.5 million, which means that because of how poorly it was marketed, HBO didn't want nothing to do with it. It came up totally worthless. So you end up with no money. The first time in history a fighter has paid no money for a fight, a championship fight. At that. Well, not a championship title was on the line, I don't think, but just in general speaking, championship level fight. It's two legendary fights and you're not making any money. All they can say is,
You big dummy.
Manny Pacquiao. Well, Manny Pacquiao, of course we all know what he did. He decided to make another dumbass business decision. He thought it would be best for him not to take a blood test and turn down 40 million plus to go into a fight with what's his name, Calote, and get his easy money, get his little $10 million, and he had to take a blood test. And then he blew all that on the election, and then some, thinking he gonna get it back in donations from a poor country. And they finna elect you in the office as congressman. Only thing I got to say about that,
You big dummy.